At the Pine School since 9th grade. He has spent his high school years under the watchful eye of the Dean of Student Life, his father, and also all of the other faculty and parents. Ryan values education, but he found his artistic gene and passion in 10th grade. Ryan embraces every new creative medium he's introduced to, and he continues to evolve as an artist, photographer, videographer, actor, and singer. This fall, Ryan was chosen as the High School Visual Artist of the Year, an incredible tribute to his work, by the annual Martys, sponsored by the Martin County Council for the Arts. Ryan has also received the first place in the high school juried art show and 3 golds at the Scholastic Art and Writing Contest. He also discovered a talent for acting and singing, and thus held the lead role in our school musical this year. Ryan demonstrates his school spirit by creating videos featuring major school events and helping teachers throughout campus when needed. His teachers describe him as creative and animated. Please welcome Ryan Chamella.
Thank you, Ms. Parker. Jeez. All right, before I say anything, I have to thank my family. Mom, thank you for teaching me how to cook, so I didn't have to order Domino's every afternoon. Dad, thank you for working hard enough to put me into this school. It's probably the best thing that's ever happened. Aaron, thanks for coming. So, as hard as it may be to believe, I am going to college. For those of you who haven't known me that long, I never really wanted to go to college. It was never really a big plan of mine. I had plans of what I thought I wanted to do and how I would get there, but all of that changed. My father spent $200 on a camera that was used off of Craigslist that wasn't even for me, but originally for my brother. So I had this camera, and I decided to take a class on how to use it. My brother was not in high school yet, so he wasn't able to take the class, and I figured I'll take advantage and teach him everything before he gets into high school. That was the day that my life changed forever. When I got into photography, it was the first time I was really passionate about something that I could really see myself doing for the rest of my life. It was the beginning of the first type of art that I've ever took interest in. At that moment, I decided I wanted to become a professional photographer. Now, since then, I've paid for the camera 10 times over with gigs that I've received, as well as getting several awards and creating my own business that I plan on continuing for many years to come. At the age of 16, I became an entrepreneur and a business owner. It's obviously not the most successful business, but it's my business, and it's mine, so it's successful in my eyes. Then, all of that changed when I created a homecoming video to post on YouTube. It was something completely different that I've never done before, and not only did I fall in love with it, but everyone left and right of me loved the video that I made. At that moment, I decided I wanted to become a professional filmmaker. Now, since then, I've made 2 other videos, as well as a short film that I'm currently working on with Mr. Cole Davies and Mr. Jonathan Atz. That will be coming out very shortly, so keep an eye out. But then, all of that changed when the school musical Legally Blonde came around. Mr. Carlson, the director of the show, was the one in charge of casting, so I went to him and said, I would like to be in a school play this year, and can I have a small role? Seeing how excited I was, I got the role of the UPS guy. I was ecstatic. I had a few lines that I was pretty nervous about, but I was just going to suck it up. Around 2 weeks later, I was in Mr. Carlson's room, and he asked me to sing something for him. He looked at my 16-year-old self in the eye, who was just breaking out of the shell that he's been stuck in for the past 10 years, and told him to put himself out on the line with a group of maybe 12 people in it. Keep in mind, I've never sung before a day in my life until that moment in his classroom. Days later, I found out that I've gotten the role of the male lead, and I'd be playing Emmett Forrest. I was terrified. but then I absolutely fell in love with it. Since then, I've been in 3 other shows, 1 here, as Ms. Parker said, and 2 at the Starstruck Theater in Stewart. And at this moment, my goal is to become a professional actor. Yes, there's a lot. The point that I'm trying to cross with you here is that you need to be open to opportunity and open to change. Because if you're not open to change, you may be missing out on something that will change your life for the better. And the fact is, you won't know if it will change your life for the better until you take time to experience it. You must attempt to take every opportunity that is handed to you. And if the opportunity is not handed to you, then you need to go out there and search for it. You can't hold mom and dad's hand anymore. You need to figure out how to succeed on your own, and you need to figure out how to fail on your own. You need to be the one to make your own connections, and I can't stress about how important it is to network. These 4 years, I've been networking with all of you because our class is an amazing group. We got a few D1 athletes, a major artist, a horseback rider, a race car driver, a hunter, a couple geniuses, a dedicated musician, a rugby prodigy, a couple of disc golf enthusiasts, and I could go on, but frankly, I want to graduate within the hour. This school, it's just a school. The only thing that makes it special is us. The only thing that makes it special is the people who work here. That's what changes your life. The people who are here is what changes your life. I would be on a completely different path if I didn't say I wanted to take Miss Million's photography class. I would be on a completely different path if Mr. Carlson didn't randomly ask me to sing something for him. But really think about that. If Mr. Carlson did not randomly ask me to sing something for him, I would have never gotten to play Emmett Forrest in the musical. I would have never discovered my passion for performing. Never gone to Starstruck to train, and would not be going to college for performing arts and hopefully becoming a big-time actor. I could be the next Robert Downey Jr., Johnny Depp, or Leonardo DiCaprio. All because some teacher asked me to sing something for him for kicks and giggles. Isn't that amazing? So trust me, when I say to take every opportunity that is given to you, because I am a prime example of why you should. I used to not be able to look a single person in the eye, let alone hold a conversation. Now I'm here, in front of my parents, my beautiful girlfriend, a couple hundred people, and my family of 44, just talking about life. But you all need to know something. Despite everything you have learned here, despite everything we have taught each other, I predict at least one of you is going to waste it all. I predict. It could be more, but at least one of you I know for a fact is going to throw it all away, and you're not going to be content with living life the way that would make you happy, and you may even hate yourself and regret every decision you have ever made from here on forth. So I'm going to leave you with 3 words. And I want you to engrave these 3 words in your mind for the rest of your life until the day you die.
Oh.
Prove me wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2017.
Woo!